bike paths and pedestrian paths that the city has going throughout different sections. This is going to be going to the Portland portion. Is the other direction, so this is going towards the riverfront in the Portland district. The other, if you go the other direction with this path, you go towards the Big 4 pedestrian bridge. And that side of the path definitely gets more love than this side, because this portion down here, it is covered in debris. Can't really ride anything through it. You can go by foot, but I had never actually gone down this far on this path until recently when I went for a bike ride. This goes pretty far down, farther than I thought. It actually has one point that it kind of dead ends because it's not maintained. Go to that point. Goes along the Ohio River, and it'll go parallel to these train tracks for a while, and then it goes by a few parks. Here's some geese. What's up, geese? These geese probably see some interesting things. The city of Louisville in the early 1900s was one of the larger cities in the country due to its location on the Ohio River, which was where a lot of trade went through. Then the proliferation of rail and road travel made it somewhat redundant or unnecessary, or less necessary. Sure I was recording still. When I went through here before, there were trains through this area that you had to cut through, but they are gone today. And it is interesting to compare this part of this track to the Indiana side, because on the other side of the river, Indiana has the Ohio River Greenway, which really just on the other side of the river runs parallel to this path, and it is more modern and cleaner. bit disconcerting. There's a guy who's passed out back there. Definitely see which side the city gives a preference to in terms of upkeep and cleaning. There's a boat and a Hummer. There's some interesting, so too, there's some sort of detour up here. I'll show you why. Yeah, so the bike loop has an alternate route that goes this way. This goes down here, and I will show you why. This was all news to me that this stuff all existed back here. There's the railroad track that's right here, and there's a railroad bridge that goes over the river, the Ohio River. You can see over there going through the woods now. There's a boat down there that's, I don't know if you can see it. Got tires, so if you ever need some tires, there's tires down there. And there's this underpass, which above us, I believe, would still be Interstate 64. This overpass area. Probably wouldn't recommend doing that at night, but yeah, so part of the reason there's that detour is this is part of the trail. So if you look down here, you can see where there are paths down through here. There's huge chunks of it missing, or there's gaps in the pavement. There are rocks and glass and debris everywhere, and it goes back into the woods over there. And when I went before, it is not paved. It was really muddy, and it didn't look like it was very well kept up, so it's kind of overgrown. So it didn't seem like it would be the safest idea to go through there. And there's the train bridge, and then there's trails that go back in here under the bridge. And I assume that's maintenance roads for the railroad tracks, but I haven't obviously been through there. I don't really want to go through there. It's muddy and nasty, and I don't want to tear everything up, make it all gross, and I don't want to get covered in mud. Yeah, so this is the Louisville Loop. Going Portland portion of it. Now you can go at the detour, and it'll take you to other parks that connect to the other parts of the city. So you can take it and reconnect over. It takes you through different parks. I think it can take you all the way to Southern Parkway. So because it is nice that they do have a lot of the trails that are connected, and there are some that are connected for miles and miles. Like I did a video on the one-wheel thing I have where I was at Beckley Creek Park, which is part of the Parklands, and out there's a good 20-mile plus section of the loop where you can go through all those. Yeah, so this takes you to the Big Four Bridge downtown, the locks, Landon Park, and otherwise the detour I think it takes you to Shawnee Park. I'm not actually going all that far on today's ride, just to, for the sake of time, but there's, interesting architecture and railroad crossings and places. So this is what's on the other end. The other end of the Louisville Loop, if you go past the Big Four Bridge and keep heading west, this is where it goes. You can go to Portland Park, which is that way. We're going straight, going back towards the downtown area. Yeah, so that'll wrap up this ride. Until next time.